Hello friends and my dear students, so welcome back. So today I will be solving 5 more set of problems from arithmetic progression. So coming on to the first question, the sum of 3 terms of an AP is 21 and product of first term and the third term exceeds the second term by 6. So what they have given is the sum of 3 terms of an AP. So there are 3 terms in an AP. The sum of 3 terms of an AP is 21. So when they have given 3 terms, so the sequence what we can take is A minus D, A and A plus D. So these are the 3 terms. So the sum of 3 terms is 21. So the sum is 21. So A minus D plus A plus A plus D is 21. So minus D and plus D get cancelled. So we are left with 3A is equal to 21. So A is equal to 7. So the next condition what they have given is product of first term and third term exceeds the second term by 6. The product of first term and third term exceeds the second term by 6 means it is 6 more than the second term. Product of first term and third term, A minus D and A plus D, the product of first term and the third term exceeds the second term. Here second term is A. Usually in general the second term will be A plus D, so don't get confused. Here it is A, the second term. A exceeds the second term by 6. So on solving this is A minus D into A plus D. So this will be A square minus D square is equal to A plus 6. We know the value of A is 7. So 7 square minus D square is equal to 7 plus 6. So 7 square is 49. 7 plus 6 is 13. So we can take 13 to the LHS. So it will be minus 13. And take minus D square to the RHS. It will be D square. So D square is 36. So the value of D is plus or minus 6. So we know the value of A and we know the value of D. So what we need to find is find 3 terms. So in this case we have got D as plus or minus 6. So here you need to take both the situations where A is 6. In the first situation D is plus 6. So the 3 terms will be A minus D. A is 6, D is also 6. So 6 minus 6. Then second term A 6. Third term A plus D. So 6 plus 6. So it will be 6 minus 6 0. 6 and 12. So this is the first situation. In second, so A will be 6, D will be minus 6 because here D is plus or minus 6. So 6 minus of minus 6, then A plus D, A is 6 plus D is minus 6. Minus into minus is plus 12, 6 and 0. So these are the 3 terms. So the first term, this is the first sequence and this is the second sequence. Here D is plus 6, here D is minus 6. So you need to, whenever this kind of problems is given where you have both the values for D or A, where you get A square or D square, whatever it is, and you get 2 terms plus or minus, so you need to take both the things. If not, there is a lot of chances that you will be losing the marks. So please be careful. Next, second question. Find 4 numbers in AP whose sum is 50 and in which greatest number is 4 times the least. So here what they have given is find 4 numbers in an AP whose sum is 50. So in the last problem we saw 3 terms. So here they have given 4 terms or 4 numbers. So in this case the sequence is A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. So these are the 4 terms. So if it is 3, it is a minus d, a and a plus d. So if it is 4, a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. So the sum of 4 numbers is 50. A minus 3d plus a minus d plus a plus d plus a plus 3d is equal to 50. Minus 3d and plus 3d get cancelled. Minus d and plus d also get cancelled. So we are left with 4a is equal to 50. So the value of a is 50 by 4. If we simplify, 25. So we get 25 by 2. Next, what they have asked is, and they have given one more condition where the greatest number is 4 times the least. Greatest number. Here, the greatest number. So let us assume that d and a are positive. So in that case, the greatest number will be a plus 3d and the least number will be a minus 3d. So the greatest number is 4 times the least. Greatest number a plus 3d is 4 times the least, that is 4 times the least. The greatest number is 4 times the least. Greatest number is 4 times the least. So on simplification we get a plus 3d is equal to 4a minus 20. So let me take a to the RHS and minus 20 to the LHS. So it will be, so 20 plus 3d is equal to 4a minus a. So 20 plus 3d is equal to 15d, 4a minus a is equal to 3a. 3 ones are 5s are. So a is equal to 5d. So we know the value of a as 25 by 2. So on substituting, we get 25 by 2 is equal to 5d. So let me take 5 to the LHS. So it will be 5 ones are, or I can cancel it here. So the value of d is 5 by 2. Value of a is 25 by 2. So they have asked the 4 sequence or the 4 numbers. So a minus 3d. So a, what is the value of a? It is 25 by 2. A minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. What is the value of a? 25 by 2 minus value of d is 5 by 2. 3 into 5 by 2. So similarly, a 25 by 2 minus d is 5 by 2. So a is 25 by 2 plus 5 by 2. Here a is 25 by 2 plus 3 into 5 by 2. So 25 by 2 minus 3 5s are 15 by 2. So here LCM is 2, 25 minus 5. Here LCM is 2, 25 plus 5. Here LCM is 2. So 25 plus 15. So here I can take LCM as 2 and it is minus. So 25 minus 15 is 10. 10 by 2, 20 by 2, 30 by 2 and 40 by 2. So the sequence is 5, 10, 15 and 20. So this is the sequence. So here they have given the sequence. The sequence is 8, 10, 12, 14, so on up to 126. So here we need to find the number of terms. So for that we know what is the value of a. A is 8. What is the value of t? It is second term minus first term. 10 minus 8 is 2. We know an, the last term, 126. We know the equation for an, that is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So on substituting the values, an is 126, a is 8 plus, we need to find the value of n, D is 2. So if I take 8 to the LHS, it will be 126 minus 8, that is 118. So n minus 1 into 2 is equal to 118. So n minus 1 is equal to 118 by 2, that is 59. So n is equal to 60. So totally there are 60 terms in the AP. So as we did in the earlier problem, if the total terms is some given number, so if you want to find the last few numbers, or in this example if you want to find the last 10 terms, so what we need to do is, or which is the last 10 terms or the 10th term from the end, so in that case what we need to do is, we need to subtract 10 from the total number and add 1. So the 10th term from the last, 10th term from the last or from the end is total number of terms 60. Here it is 10th term, so 60 minus 10 plus 1. So 60 minus 10 is 50 plus 1 is 51. So the 10th term from the last is 51st term. So what they have asked us to find is, find the sum of last 10 numbers. So we know the 10th term from the last is 51st term. So if you want to find the sum of last 10 terms, it is A51 plus A52 plus A53, so on up to 60th term. So this is the first term in the new sequence. So what is 51st term? A51 is equal to A plus 51 minus 1 into D. We know what is the value of A1, sorry, we know what is the value of A, we know what is the value of D. So using that, is there any way to solve? So let's see. So they have asked us to find sum of 10 terms. Here the sum of 10 terms, the last 10 terms or whatever it may be. So there are 10 terms. The equation for this is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is this? So what is n? It is 10 by 2. So what is the value of a? It is a51. So what is the value of n? It is 10 minus 1 into d. D is 2. So it is 5 into. So a51 can be written as a plus 50d plus 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 into 2 is 18. So 5. So here value of a is 8, d, the value of d is 2, so 2 into 50 is 100 plus 18, so 108 into 2, so 108 into 2 is 216 plus 18, so that is 5 into 108 into 2, 108 into 2 plus 18, so 5 into 108 into 2 is 216 plus 18, so 216 plus 18, what is 216 plus 18? It is 234. So let me write the answer here. So 5 into 234. So what is the value of 5 into 234? It is 1170. So the sum of last 10 terms of this sequence is 1170. Next question. Find the sum of first 20 terms find the sum of first 20 terms. The sequence of whose nth term is given by an. They are asking us to find the sum of first 20 terms, and they have given us a sequence where an is equal to nth term is given by capital A into small n plus capital B. So this is the given sequence. So what they have asked us to find is to find the sum of first 20 terms. So here there are two ways in which we can solve. One is, obviously we need to find what is the first term, what is the second term, what is the third term, and what is the last term. So a1. So in the place of n, I am substituting as 1. So a1 is equal to a into 1 plus b, which is nothing but a plus b. So here they have asked us to find the sum of first 20 terms. The sum of first 20 terms. So one way what we can do is, I will find what is the 20th term. So a20 is equal to a into 20 plus b. So what is a into 20? It is 20a plus b. So we have a formula when the first term and the last term is given to find the sum. Here the first term is a1 and the last term is a20, because there are totally 20 terms. So when the first term and the last term are given, the formula, the sum to find the sum, or Sm, is n by 2 a plus l, or the last term is l. So the sum of 20th term, or the sum of 20 terms, is given by n by 2, means 20 by 2. What is a? The first term, a plus b. What is l? It is the last term. So last term is 20a plus b. On simplification, 20 by 2 is 10, a plus 20 is 21a, b plus b is 2b. So we get 210a plus, so 200a plus 22b. So this is one way. Or what you can do is, you know what is a1, so similarly find what is a2, a3. So you need to find the common difference. This is the second way. Here what you can do is, when n is equal to 2, a2 will be a into 2 plus b. So what will this be? 2a plus b. Here common difference, a is a2 minus a1. What is a2? 2a plus b minus a1 is a plus b. So on simplification, bb get cancelled, it is a. So the common difference is a. So using the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into b. So I just know what is the value of a. If I want to know what is the value of, I know what is the value of a, I know what is the value of d. So using this in equation S20, that is 20 by 2, value of a, the first term is a plus b. So n is 20, so 20 minus 1 is 19. Value of d is a. So 20 by 2 is 10, 2a plus 2b plus 19a. On simplification, 2a plus 19a is 21a. 21a plus 2b. Here I get the same answer. So you can solve in any of the method. Moving on to the next question. First term of an AP is 2. The first term of an AP is 2. Then the last term is 50. The first term is 2. The last term is 50. The sum of all these terms is 442. The sum of all these terms is 442. They are asking us to find the value of D. The first term is 2. The last term is 50. The sum of all this term is 442. So we need to find what is the value of D. So as we did in the last problem, Sn, when the first term and the last term are given, Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus l, where a is the first term, l is the last term. So Sn is 442 is equal to value of n. So what is the value of n? We are not sure because we need to find n by 2. What is the value of a? 2. What is the value of l? 50. So n by 2, 50 plus 2 is 52. 1s are 26. So 26 n is equal to 442. So n is equal to 442 by 26. So 442, is it multiple of 30? Obviously it should be, or else. So let me divide by 2. 2 13s are, then here 2, 2, 1. So 13. 13 ones are, then 13. 13 tens are is 130. So the remainder is 91. So how much is 91? So 13 5 is 65, 78 and 91. So 13 7 is 91. So it is 70. So try to do the calculation without using the division method or the long division method or using the calculator. So the value of n is 17. Next, so what we need to find is D, the common difference. I know what is A, I know what is L, the last term. So last term is an, that is a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is the last term? The last term is 50. What is a? It is 2. So what is n? It is 17. So 17 minus 1 is 16 into d. So if I take 2 to the LHS, it will be 48 is equal to 16d. So 16d is equal to 48. D is equal to 48 by 16, that is 3. So the value of D is 3. So let me stop arithmetic progression here with application level problems. So from next class I will be solving trigonometry or trigonometric identities, so which is very somewhat difficult to solve few problems, because identities there is no proper method or there is no proper steps like how we solve this arithmetic progression. Just by using formulas we won't get the results, so we need to use some of the tricks or some of the simple methods through which it will be easier to solve.